Well, dramatic video shows the moment before a deadly attack at a wildlife park in China. Now, some viewers may find this disturbing.
From silent serpents to charging giants, we're counting down the 7 deadliest forest animals that actually kill humans every year. Number 7. Cougar. Also known as mountain lion or puma, these magnificent cats stretch from Patagonia all the way to northern Canada, silently reigning over North and South America's forests. Now here's the thing that'll surprise you. Fatal cougar attacks are extraordinarily rare. We're talking about creatures that have achieved almost mythical status for their ability to avoid humans entirely. Since 1868, North America has documented only 29 fatal cougar attacks. Let me put that in perspective. That's just 0.18 fatalities per year across an entire continent. You're literally more likely to be struck by lightning twice. Most attacks happen when the animal is injured, starved, or cornered. These aren't predatory attacks. They're desperate acts of survival. Children and lone joggers are typically the victims, often mistaken for natural prey due to their size and movement patterns. Cougars are secretive ambush predators, using stealth and forest cover to stalk their natural prey like deer and elk. They're so good at avoiding humans that most people living in cougar country will never see one in their entire lifetime. Number 6. Wild boar. These aren't your farm pigs, folks. We're talking about 400-pound muscle beasts with razor-sharp tusks and zero tolerance for human interference. Unlike the elusive cougar, these forest outlaws are unpredictable and choose to fight rather than flee. When a wild boar decides you're a threat, running away becomes your only option, and they can run up to 30 miles per hour. A 2022 global review documented 172 human deaths from wild pig attacks between 2000 and 2019. That's 8.6 deaths per year worldwide, making them significantly more dangerous than cougars in terms of actual human fatalities. Female boars with young exhibit hyper-aggressive defense behaviors. A sow protecting her piglets will charge anything she perceives as a threat, and their dagger-like tusks can cause deep, goring wounds or fatal blunt force trauma. Wild boars have spread across Europe, Asia, and parts of the Americas, adapting to various forest environments with remarkable success. Their intelligence and adaptability make them particularly dangerous because they learn human patterns and lose their natural fear. In India and other regions, agricultural damage from boars often leads to deadly confrontations. Farmers trying to protect their crops find themselves face to face with animals that refuse to back down and possess the weapons to make their point lethally clear. What makes wild boars particularly dangerous is their unpredictability. Unlike predators that hunt with calculated precision, boars react emotionally and aggressively to perceived threats, making encounters potentially fatal even when the humans involved have no intention of harming them. Number 5. Leopard. Rosette-marked cats have conquered more diverse habitats than any other big cat, from African savannas to Asian mountain forests. Don't let their beautiful coats and seemingly smaller stature fool you. Pound for pound, leopards might be the most dangerous big cats on Earth, and they're responsible for far more human deaths than their elusive reputation suggests. In India alone, leopards regularly cause fatal attacks that make international headlines. Himachal Pradesh recorded 30 deaths from 2004 to 2015, while Maharashtra saw 99 deaths in just 5 years leading to March 2024. And remember, these are just the documented cases in 2 states. The actual numbers could be much higher because many forest attacks go unreported, especially in remote rural areas where record-keeping is inconsistent and families might handle deaths privately. Leopard attacks are sudden and without warning. These cats are ambush specialists, using their incredible stealth to get within striking distance before their victims even know they're being hunted. Unlike lions or tigers, leopards don't announce their presence with roars. They strike like ghosts. Once they become accustomed to humans, certain leopards turn into man-eaters, responsible for multiple deaths before being located and eliminated. The infamous leopard of Rudraprayag killed over 125 people in early 20th century India, terrorizing entire regions for years. Their ability to adapt to fragmented landscapes makes leopards uniquely dangerous in our modern world. As forests shrink and human settlements expand, leopards don't disappear, they adapt, sometimes moving into villages and towns where they prey on livestock and, tragically, sometimes humans. What sets leopards apart from other big cats is their versatility and intelligence. They can climb trees, swim, and navigate urban environments with equal skill, making them unpredictable and extremely difficult to avoid once they've identified humans as potential prey. Number 4. Sloth Bear. This scruffy, seemingly harmless creature looks like it belongs in a children's book, but it's actually considered one of the most aggressive mammals in Asian forests. Don't let the name fool you. These bears aren't slow or lazy. They're called sloth bears because early European zoologists mistakenly thought they were related to sloths due to their long claws and shaggy appearance. In reality, they're incredibly fast and surprisingly aggressive. In the Kanha Pench corridor of India, sloth bears caused the highest human death toll of any wild animal between 2001 and 2015. That's higher than tigers, leopards, or elephants in that specific region. What makes sloth bear attacks particularly horrifying is the nature of the injuries. Victims often suffer horrific facial injuries and lifelong disabilities, even when they survive. These bears don't just bite, they maul, using their powerful claws to shred flesh and their strong jaws to crush bones. But wait, you might be wondering how a bear that primarily eats insects be more deadly than a leopard that's literally designed to kill? Well, it's about encounter frequency and aggression patterns. Sloth bears live much closer to human settlements than leopards do. They regularly forage in agricultural areas, drink from village water sources, and sleep in locations where humans work during the day. Unlike most bears, sloth bears have terrible eyesight and hearing. When surprised at close range, their first instinct isn't to flee, it's to attack with overwhelming violence. They can't see well enough to distinguish between a genuine threat and an accidental encounter, so they treat every surprise meeting as a fight for survival. Sloth bears are also incredibly territorial during certain seasons. Males defending their territory and females protecting cubs will launch unprovoked attacks on any human who enters their perceived domain, regardless of the human's intentions or awareness of the bear's presence. The combination of poor senses, aggressive temperament, close proximity to humans, and devastating attack capability makes sloth bears uniquely dangerous. While leopards might be more skilled killers, sloth bears are more likely to encounter humans and more likely to attack when they do. Number 3. Tiger. No animal represents the raw power and deadly beauty of the wilderness more than these striped apex predators. Serious. While often revered in Asian cultures as symbols of strength and majesty, tigers are also responsible for a substantial share of human fatalities in forested landscapes. The relationship between humans and tigers has always been complicated, part fear, part respect, all deadly serious. Official Indian government statistics show tigers killed between 49 and 110 people per year from 2019 to 2023. Attack hotspots include the Sundarbans mangrove forests, central India's tiger reserves, and the Terai region along the Nepal border. Most incidents involve people collecting firewood, grazing cattle, or working in agricultural fields that border protected tiger habitat. What makes tiger attacks particularly tragic is that they usually result from habitat destruction and human encroachment, rather than natural predatory behavior. As forests shrink and prey, animals disappear, tigers are forced into closer contact with human populations. When a tiger turns man-eater, usually due to injury, old age, or inability to hunt natural prey, the results are devastating for entire communities. A single man-eating tiger can terrorize dozens of villages and claim multiple victims before being tracked down. The most infamous example was the Champawat tigress, which killed over 400 people in Nepal and India in the early 1900s. This single animal created such terror that entire regions were virtually abandoned until the legendary hunter Jim Corbett finally tracked her down. Modern tiger attacks follow predictable patterns. Most occur during dawn or dusk when tigers are naturally active. Victims are often alone or separated from groups, and attacks typically happen at forest edges where human activity overlaps with tiger territory. Number 2. Elephants. Number 2 might surprise you. It's the gentle giant, the Asian elephant. These magnificent creatures, symbols of wisdom and memory in many cultures, are also responsible for the highest mammalian death toll in Asian forests. India alone reports 574 to 606 human deaths per year from elephant attacks between 2019-2024. That's more than tigers, leopards, sloth bears, and wild boars combined. We're looking at nearly 2 elephant-related deaths every single day in India alone. But how can peaceful herbivores that eat grass and leaves be deadlier than apex predators designed to kill? It's about scale, circumstance, and sheer physics. First, there are simply more elephants living near human populations than there are tigers or leopards. Second, their massive size means that even defensive behaviors can be fatal to humans. An adult Asian elephant weighs between 6,000 and 11,000 pounds. When something that heavy steps on you, charges you, or swings its trunk at you, the outcome is almost always fatal. They don't need to be trying to kill you, they just need to see you as a threat or obstacle. Elephants kill by trampling, goring with tusks, or crushing with their trunks. Unlike predators that deliver quick, efficient kills, elephant attacks can be prolonged and involve multiple trauma points. Victims might be stepped on, thrown, gored, and crushed in a single encounter. Most elephant attacks occur during crop raiding incidents. As traditional elephant corridors are disrupted by agriculture and development, herds are forced to move through farmland to reach water sources or seasonal feeding grounds. Farmers trying to protect their crops, often their only source of income, find themselves in direct conflict with animals that outweigh them by thousands of pounds. Mature males in musth, a hormonal condition that makes bull elephants extremely aggressive, are particularly dangerous. During musth, male elephants produce up to 60 times their normal testosterone levels, making them unpredictably violent and likely to attack anything they perceive as competition or threat. Matriarchal herds protecting calves represent another major threat category. Female elephants will collectively attack any perceived threat to their young, and coordinated attacks by multiple adult females are almost impossible to survive. Nighttime attacks are especially common and deadly. Elephants move silently through villages and farmland in darkness, and people encounter them unexpectedly at close range. Without adequate lighting or warning systems, these encounters often end in tragedy. Number 1. Venomous snakes. The forest's most prolific killer isn't what most people expect. It's not a massive predator stalking through the undergrowth. It's not a territorial giant defending its domain. It's not even a creature that actively hunts humans as prey. Twist. Here's the number that will blow your mind. While we've been talking about dozens, or even hundreds of deaths per year from these other animals. Venomous snakes kill approximately 63,000 people globally every year. We're talking about 172 people dying from snake bites every single day. That's 7 people every hour around the clock, 365 days a year. Unlike elephants or big cats that live in specific habitats, venomous snakes are everywhere. They're in forests, farms, villages, and even urban areas. They're small enough to hide anywhere and numerous enough to be encountered regularly. Most snakebite deaths occur in rural forest fringe communities in India and sub-Saharan Africa. We're talking about people who live and work at the intersection of human civilization and wild spaces, exactly where dangerous snakes thrive. Forest species like Russell's vipers, Indian cobras, common kraits, and saw-scaled vipers are the primary killers. Each of these species is responsible for thousands of deaths annually, with Russell's vipers alone killing an estimated 25,000 people per year. Most bites happen when people walk barefoot through grass, reach into dark spaces while gathering firewood, or accidentally step on snakes. Unlike the aggressive attacks we've discussed with other animals, snakes rarely attack unprovoked. Most bites are defensive reactions when snakes are accidentally disturbed or threatened. The delay between bite and treatment is crucial. Many snake venoms cause progressive tissue damage, blood clotting disorders, or respiratory paralysis. Victims in remote forest communities might need to travel hours or even days to reach medical care, by which time the venom has often caused irreversible damage. Children are disproportionately affected because their smaller body size means that snake venoms reach fatal concentrations more quickly. Agricultural workers face the highest risk because they work in exactly the environments where dangerous snakes live and hunt. So there you have it, the 7 deadliest forest animals on Earth, ranked by actual documented human fatalities rather than fear factor or Hollywood representation. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a close encounter with any of these animals during forest visits, hiking, or travel? Share your stories in the comments below. If this countdown helped you understand which animals pose genuine threats versus Hollywood myths, then smash that subscribe button.